Welcome to the channel, everybody. This is Hardware Despair. My name is Ryan, and we are playing Dwarf Fortress today. And if you were here for yesterday's episode, you know that we lost two of our most important dwarves on our first little colony or fortress. And so I decided we need to restart. But we did learn a lot. We had a bit of a mess up with the water situation. Totally my fault. You know, I'm just trying to work out like what the best way was, and it didn't quite work the way I wanted it. So no big deal. But here we are back in the same world. I didn't generate a new world. This is the same one. So that means that if we looked around long enough, we could actually find the two fortresses that I've abandoned here. Is that one of them? Not sure, but it's not important. They are here still in the world. So if you ever like do an adventure mode, once that's released, you can actually go into your old fortresses and kind of look around and stuff. But what I'm going to do is we're going to start all over here. I'm going to go down here to find embark location. I'm going to specify a few things. And one thing I am going to try and do is learn, you know, from the mistakes I made in the last one and some of the things I want to do. Right off the bat, what I wanted to do was make sure that we take a few extra things with us when I decide to embark. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I'll get everything situated. I'll pick a starting location, and I'm going to go ahead and get all the dwarves laid out. I'm going to get all the stuff, and once I get that set up, I will bring you guys right back and show you the slight changes that I'm going to make to our embarkation setup. Okay guys, before I jump in and select a site here, I just wanted to point out a couple of things that we didn't go through on the first time I chose a site. Now over here at the very bottom right, you can see choose origin civilization. This isn't like monumental to where your start, you know, happens or like what's going to affect you, but it can make a difference here. So you can kind of see the strength of the different dwarven empires here in our world, and we can kind of choose based on whatever criteria we want, you know, how many sites they have, what their population is, and it also might be relatively smart to set up a colony kind of close by. I think that will probably affect the travel time in terms of your trade caravans. I could be wrong about that, but you know, you might not want to start a civilization here or start this as your base civilization, then come all the way down here, you know, start a colony. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to be isolated, but that's just something I thought I would point out. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. So I am going to go ahead and select this site. Also, there's one other thing here. You can reclaim and unretire. Now, I assume that's probably talking about fortresses which you have abandoned. So yeah, or lost. So like I said, they're still persistent here in the world, and it looks like you even have the option now to go back to them. So let me pick a nice little location, and we'll get started. All right, guys. Well, I've got our embarkation all set up here. The dwarves are pretty much the same. I didn't really change anything about them. So if you'd like to see my setup, check out the first episode of the series, because I do go through in more detail and show off what each dwarf has assigned to them in terms of their duties. But in terms of the animals, again, it's very similar. This is it. I keep kind of a short list of animals so that we can kind of pile on more items. Now, in terms of the items, there were a couple things I was specifically looking to put on here, which are not available, which kind of surprised me, because I know in the base game you could start with just about anything, but there's no chains and there's no soap. So I was looking for chain. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. I was looking for chains. There's no just regular chains, because that's something that is kind of helpful early on to have one of those, but we can make a chain later on. Not a big deal. But soap, I was really hoping to bring a couple bars with us for our hospital early on, because that is something that can take a little bit of a process to make, but apparently soap's not available. And it's weird too, because I swear it was down here at one point available. Is it part of the bars? Where is it? See, I think when you search here, it should bring up everything. Let's just try. Yeah, see if I just type in like diamond, you know, it'll just show everything. So apparently you can't do soap or chains, which is a bit of a disappointment, but no worries. We'll just have to make that stuff on our own. But basically what I did was I just loaded up with extra plump helmet spawn, a whole bunch of extra ale, and some food and things like that. I threw we do have a rope, you know, so, you know, maybe that'll work in place of a chain. The reason I wanted a chain was for the well. If we could do a well, but a rope might actually work for the well. I can't remember which one you need, but no worries. Now, one thing I am going to do that I missed last time was I think I'm going to save this profile, and I'm going to say, I'll just call this my basic profile, because this is kind of the standard, and that's super helpful. So because you will be dying a lot and starting new fortresses, so save a profile, you know, once you get one you like, or save a couple different ones, try out different stuff. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and embark now. Yes, we are sure. Oh, we have 1 point remaining. I could have placed that. I probably should have, but that's okay. 1 point isn't the end of the world. All right, so here we are. Let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's zooming in. Okay, so we'll take a look at our new embarkation spot. There's some trees around here. It's pretty flat land, as you can see, which is something I prefer. I do like flat land. We got water everywhere around here. I didn't realize it was so wet. But the river is there. That's kind of cool, actually. Well, we might have better luck setting up a reservoir if we just use like a still body of water. I don't know. But of course, we'd run out of water eventually. So we'll cross that bridge later. I'm not going to worry about water this episode. That kind of ruined us last episode. So what I do want to do is pick out a decent spot where we can kind of decide where I'm going to build my walls around here. So I guess we'll do it right here. This is kind of the center of the map, and it's got all this water here, but eventually we can either clear that out or we'll just build around it, you know, so it's not the end of the world. Whoops, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to zoom in using my mouse wheel, but that's not right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up. I'll set up just as I did in the last thing. I don't like all this water around here, but we'll work with it. We'll work with it. So I'm going for one stairwell as the entrance, and then once we get down to the second layer, I'm going to do a 3x1 to keep us going straight down. I'm the kind of person who really enjoys a vertical build on the fortress. I don't necessarily just go down 1 or 2 Z levels and then spread out. I like to go down multiple Z levels and have different floors. Anyway, so let me go ahead and get everything set up. I'm also going to go ahead and set up these hot buttons too, or the hotkeys for our centering of the camera. That's really important too. It's very helpful. But let me go ahead and do that, and I will show you what I come up with. Well, I haven't gotten as extensive with my dig as on the last one just yet, but I wanted to unpause and bring you guys back here just to make sure that we cover the basics. Whenever we start the colony, a couple of firsts are, obviously we cut down wood and stuff, but we want to dive right into the labor. Okay, work orders, wrong one. We want to go right into the labor here. And what I did was I went ahead and made sure I selected all this stuff. I kind of specified that I want only the miners to do the mining, only the woodcutters to do this. Everybody was set to plant. So I said only the planters plant. Same way with gathering. Everybody was selected to gather, so I just specified the people who actually have the ability. So haulers, I went ahead and let everybody do this. So I just kind of lined up our labor tabs a little bit better here. And in addition to that, I jumped into the kitchen and I turned off plump helmets for cooking, which is important because you don't want to lose the seeds and stuff. And let's see. So we're at the surface. We'll go down 1 level. Here's our still. We've got our kitchen and of course the farmer's workshop. I only went with 3 of these this time because it seemed like last time it was a big time overkill. Yeah, so we got some plump helmets here being planted. And this will probably hold us for a while, to be honest. You really don't need like tons of farms, but we'll see how that goes. Of course, all my knowledge is based on the old game, and there's obviously some changes going on, which is totally fine. But yeah, take everything I say with a grain of salt. True for any Dwarf Fortress gamer. All right, Farmer's Workshop. Let's go in and let's do a work order here. Make cheese. Milk animal. Actually, you know what? Let's not do it from that screen. Let's go into, the work orders itself. Yeah. Okay, let's make cheese. And if I hit the number now, I can say, oh, okay, we'll make 50 cheese. And hit enter. There we go. I can add a condition here. Amount of unrotten cheese available is less than 10. So if it drops below that, then we can say, for instance, amount of unrotten cheese available is less than 10. It will check that. So they'll go to order. They'll go to work making more. So I think we'll do that for the cheese and the milk. Let's go back now. Let's see. We've got one there. And, oh, that's wrong. Here we go. Yes. Okay. We'll add the milk here. I'd like to get him to just do the milking indefinitely, but no suggested conditions, so we'll just leave it. And again, a lot of those work orders won't go through until we actually have a manager set up in an office. So let's go down a Z level. This is going to be the stockpile and workshop. I've got them kind of across from each other. If we go down one more level here, I haven't set anything, so I think what we can do is, I'll go ahead and lay out the manager's office here, and I'll probably put the hospital down here. I'm also kind of going, you know, I'm kind of using my priorities here just to kind of make sure that the dwarves do what I want them to do. All right, so let's get a couple little hallways branching off our main stairwell. And good, good, good. So over here, we'll just do a couple of offices. That's big enough. In fact, that's a little too big. The offices don't need to be elaborate or anything. They're just purely functional. All right, and you know what? I'm going to actually set that to a 1. I want them to come down here and dig out this office like right away. Everything else around it is just a 4, but yeah, that office is pretty important. Now, we'll go ahead and set up another office next to it just for the future because we might have another dwarf who needs one eventually. Yeah, and this can be our office corridor right here. And across from it, how about we do our hospital? Make that... Yeah, it looks big enough. Pretty decent size hospital there. Okay, perfect. And over here on this side of the hall, whoops, let's go ahead and set our meeting hall / dining room. I think is probably going to be good. We'll put 2 doors on this. And we'll have something around, you know, across from it too eventually. Maybe we'll, I don't know, we'll set something up. But below that, actually, before we do anything else, let's go ahead and set this now as F4. Perfect. So I can cycle through. F1's the surface. F2 is our farming site. F3 is the workshops and stuff. And F4, of course, is what we just dug out. So, you know what? I'm sorry. I always do that. I tell them to start like on a new digging project before they finish the old one. So get up here, you jokers, and finish this off. Now, yeah, good, good, good. I want that cleared. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and add our stockpile here real fast. Boom, because I do want everybody to start moving stuff. This is an all stockpile there. Actually, hold on. We're going to make this custom. That's right. I don't want the wood in here because the wood's actually being stored up top. So I went down, selected wood, and just hit none. Now you can see everything but wood will go into this stockpile. Perfect. Now, while we're at it, let's go ahead and add the zone for the kitty cats. I did add a pen and pasture on the surface, of course, for all the other animals. But the cats need one down here in our stockpile zone because they will help keep the vermin under control. Perfect. All right, kitty cats, come on down, kitty cats. And that's good. Now let's go back up one here. I'm thinking that I might set up a little stockpile right here. This is going to be, as I did in the last 4, we'll do this for like seeds, eggs, and cheese, basically right here. Maybe brew too, although I'm thinking probably it's better to keep the ale and beer and stuff down a Z level, where our dining hall is going to be. So I might actually put a stockpile across from here and just fill it with like drink, basically. So they have a short walk to get their beverages. Okay, so we got our office set up. Perfect. Problem is we don't have any chairs or tables yet. So we got the empty room, but nothing to go in it, which is basically what this room's for. So let me click off that, and we're going to set up some workshops real quick. All right, I've got them all. I've got 6 different workshops set up. We've got a carpenter, a mason, a craft dwarf, a mechanic, and something. Oh, I've also got a metalsmith down here too, and a bowery. So kind of the basic stuff you just need to get set up. And let's go to the surface real quick. All right, looks like, yep, we got wood scattered all over the place here. I'll show you my zone real quick. There you go. You can see the pen pasture area is pretty set. Now we do need to worry about our chickens and stuff, which that's what this room is going to be for. Let me find my miners. I wonder what they're doing right now. Obviously they're digging, but I wonder where. Oh, okay, they're down here working on this. Tell you what, guys, why don't you come up here? Let's get our turkeys and hens and stuff put away. So I'm gonna bump this one up. I had that set to like real low priority. We'll go ahead and move them down here just because it's easier to do that. Want to kind of dig that out a little more. Okay, perfect. So they should come up here. Excellent. Yep. Having the labor assigned properly really makes a difference. Last fortress we had, they were kind of all over the place. It was just set to default, and that wasn't working well. We had wood cutters doing stone and stone cutters doing wood. It was a big mess. Okay, so we can set them in here. They might kind of wander out since there's no door right now, but that's no big deal. We'll just have our doors go and grab them. Okay, accept. Pen pasture. Let's add the turkey gobblers, the hens. I got a rooster. Yeah, and I brought a couple ducks. Good to have a variety, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and set that stockpile while we're down here on this level 2. put it like right there. It doesn't need to be huge. Doesn't need to be huge, except it's just going to basically have some barrels in it. All right, let's go for a custom stockpile. And let me go through here and look. This could be a little tedious searching for what I want, so I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, well, it wasn't too bad since it's such a specialized stockpile. We just put eggs, cheese, and seeds in here. And you know what? I think there's a way to get pressed material. Is that it? I also want to put milk in here. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, extract from animals. So you'll get things like venom and stuff, but milk should also be on this list. There it is, cow's milk. Yeah, so we'll say all that too, because that'll be handy having that right next to the cheese making facility. I think that's smart. All right, good. I already feel like we're off to a better start than the last fortress. At least I don't have any immediate plans to kill off dwarves right away. Let's look at this. Oh, I clicked a chicken. I don't want the chicken. There we go. I want the wagon. So we got some cloth. Yeah, we still got a whole bunch of stuff left. So let's see. How's our stockpile? What's going on? Why is nobody putting stuff in it, I wonder? They're just busy. I bet all the dwarves got stuff going on. Let's see here. Yeah. Why is this guy fishing? He's set to fish. Oh my god. See, this is what I'm talking about. I didn't set him to fish. I think that's there by default. So I'm going to take him off that. Yeah, but you are not a fisher. I don't even think he has any fisher skill. I certainly didn't set it. It says dabbling fisher dwarf. Bro, come on. It's just because he's bored. I think he's got nothing going on. But he should be hauling or something. I'd rather have him haul down here. So let's see here. Come on, you guys. Just empty out all that wagon there. What is this? We got random watercress up here. All right. So let's go below. Ah, they got the first thing built. Cool, cool. I'm going to add some tasks here. Barrels are for start. Definitely want some barrels right away. And I think I'm going to do a bucket or two. And then towards the end of this list, here's something I didn't build last time. We come with a wheelbarrow, but I'm going to throw another wheelbarrow on there. Those are pretty handy. And we'll just do a couple more barrels here to finish that list off. But yeah, the wheelbarrows are nice. You want those. And look, they are starting to bring stuff down here. Good, good, good. We already got a bucket there, bucket there. All right, awesome. We got the craft dwarf. Now we want the craft dwarf, if you recall last episode, for the nest boxes. Yeah, so let me set up, I don't know, like 5 or 6 of these nest boxes here. Okay, well, I went ahead and set up a few of these. We'll probably add some more, and I made some mugs too, all out of rock. So hopefully that'll give our little mason something to do. Yeah, excellent. So the farmer's got nothing to do. Not really surprising. Bro, why aren't you... why is he not hauling stuff? They're all set to haul, so let's double check that. Haulers. Yeah, everybody does this. That's okay. Sometimes they'll just stand around, I guess, take a little break and stuff, which is fine. Everybody needs a break from time to time. Looks like the wagon is getting unloaded. Perfect. Want to get all that stuff off the surface. It's not safe up there. All right, we've got the birds in place. Looks like, oh, look at these fish just jumping in and out here. Yeah, we might actually have to look for some fisher dwarfs when we get some migrants come in. Hopefully, maybe we'll switch one of those over to a fisher dwarf. All right, so we got our stone thing set up here. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, the stoneworkers workshop. I'm going to set us up with some doors and some tables and stuff. I'm almost tempted to do a work order for tables and chairs. Just say, like, I want, like, 2 tables and, like, 10 chairs available, or 4 chairs available at all time or something like that. But for now, we'll just get these knocked out, because obviously we don't even have an office for the manager, so that won't really work just yet. But yeah, we'll get our mason to start knocking those out. It'll just take a little time. And I'm also going to have our mechanic make a few mechanisms ahead of time. It's good to get those knocked out because you will need them. And when you get to the point where you want to start making them, you don't want to have to wait, or when you want to start using them, you don't want to wait around for somebody to actually come by and make them. Now, I do have a metal worker, it's just we don't have any metals, so he can't do anything. Same with the bower. I guess I could make a couple of bows right now. We'll do them out of wood here, just to get ready. All right, that's good, that's good. So if you want, just so you know, if you want the ammunition, the weapons are made at the bower, but the ammunition is made here at the craft dwarf. So you need to go in, set a new task, and I'm sorry, that's the mechanic. This is the craft dwarf. So you go in and you're looking for bolts. You want to choose wood, rock, or bone. And you'll see, where is it? Where's the bolts? There they are. Make wooden bolts. There. So that's what you're looking for in terms of the ammo. But we're not super worried about that right now. It's still very early in the fortress, so we really don't need a military just yet. All right, good, good, good. We got our cats in place. Excellent. Dwarves are working down here. Super cool. I'm tempted to start digging out. Let me see. Are my dwarfs working? Brew, make cheese. Brew from drink. Why are the miners doing this stuff? I just don't get it. I really don't. Oops. I swear we set labor here, but they just ignore it. Okay, add new work detail. I guess I'll do... Yeah, if I come in here, can I search? No. Got to scroll through every single one of them. Brewing. Okay. Done. Custom detail. Only the selected people do this, and I only want the skilled brewer. Perfect. Now, the other one was cheesing, was making cheese. So let's add a new detail here for cheese making. I should probably add milking and cheese making. I'll just focus on the cheese making. Anybody can milk. I don't really care about that. So, custom detail, cheesemaker, bro. Only selected do this job. Perfect. So, oh boy, so he's actually the brewer and the cheesemaker. Is that right? I thought I selected... Oh, well, we'll just leave that here. Look at it. We got 4 brewers going. I tell you, this labor tab needs a little bit of work. Like, I think it needs to be set to default differently. Otherwise, they're just all over the place doing everything. A little bit annoying, but I don't know. You know, one thing I've been keeping my eye on is the workshop. There's already several mods out and stuff, and I downloaded a couple. I haven't installed them yet. One of the ones I downloaded was for audible notifications. So when one of these pops up, we'll get like a little... Oh, look, the dog is fighting. Somebody is fighting. Huh. Interesting. Wonder what happened on the surface. Somebody was fighting our dogs. They're okay. They might have been hunting some little animals or something around there. All right, so we're good, I think. Let's look at the happiness. Happiness is pretty standard. It's right there in the middle. Means nobody's starving or anything like that, as they shouldn't be. They're sleeping on the floor, but that's to be expected. Let's see here. So they're still working on this. Do we have any doors and stuff yet? We might have the doors available. Yeah, we have the doors. I'm going to put one there. And we'll go up and put one on our chickens once they make one. So I think what I'm going to do now is go down another Z level here. So we're right below the workshop. And come to think of it, I think I'll skip one and I'll go down another Z level. Okay, what is this? Oh, look at that. We got platinum. Platinum in the walls. Nice. So that's valuable stuff right there. Can't really make weapons out of it, but we can make some really nice furniture and crafts and stuff to sell. But anyway, my intention coming down to this level is to set up probably the dormitory. Yeah, I'm going to want our dormitory as deep as we can get it. Well, that's not true. Not as deep as we can get it, because we can go real deep. But dwarves like to live, you know, pretty deep. They like their bedrooms to be underground. So we'll have it down here on Z level 32. And let's get our miners over here working on this. Go ahead. I'm trying not to overexert them. If we don't need the hallway extending that far, then I'm not going to go that far. But yeah, we'll just make this our dormitory for now. Am I paused here? Yeah, we're good. It doesn't look square to me. Hold on. There we go. Now I think it's perfect square. Okay, let's monitor our dwarves, see what they're doing here. The woodcutter's got no job. Let's get him to make some beds. Yeah, he's going to be needing beds here very shortly. Okay, we got a full list of beds here. Very good, very good. Let's check on the stone. Oh, wow, he's already done. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm going to set up, I think I'll set up a whole bunch of thrones real quick. Oh, you know what? I just realized he didn't build all those things so quickly. We have no stone for him. That's what it is. Yeah, I didn't even have to check. I just realized it all of a sudden, because what is this here? Okay, we do have some chert and gypsum. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he did build all those things so quick. How many doors do we have? Well, let's go up. Put a door there. Yeah, we don't have any doors. Okay, okay. I was right. I guess they don't have the rock yet for it, so I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. These first couple layers that we dug into are made of peat And this one's clay. So that's why none of this produced any rock when we mined it out, because it's just not made of rock. Now here we are getting some rock. Gypsum. Okay, hematite is ore. That's iron. Alabaster and gypsum. Now they should make doors out of that stuff, I think. Anyway, we'll just have our miners dig out even more stuff. So, like I said, we are coming down here, so this should have some dirt in it. Platinum nuggets? Where the heck are the miners? Oh my, oh, they're up here making stuff. Look at this, he's making beds. Oh my god, okay, hold on a second. Okay, well apparently I need to add a custom detail just for carpentry work, because anybody will do that, which is just silly. See, that should be one of those things that's like basic right here. And I'm just thinking like stone cutting's not even on this list, so this is kind of a pain. I'm going to really be looking for maybe a mod that will adjust this, that will make, you know, like set the defaults to like the basic stuff, like carpentry and stoneworking. I don't want just randos doing that. So a little frustrating, but that's the name of the game. Dwarf Fortress. Oh yeah, it's frustration incarnate. All right, so let's monitor our dwarves again. Storing items in stockpile. Wonderful. I was going to say I might actually force these guys to not be haulers if we go into labor. Problem with that is, like, when they're done mining, I do want them to haul. So I don't know. They just need to prioritize this stuff better. Silly dwarfs. All right, let's go down here. I'll set it to a 1. I really don't know if that's okay. That did affect it. Yeah, they're coming down here immediately now. Interesting. There are some silly little dwarfs, though. I'll tell you that much. These crazy guys. All right, what's going on? I'm trying to pay more attention to this stuff. Look. Oh, okay. He's become a cook. No worries. Yeah. No. See here. It says it. Stoneworker cancels make rock throne. No hard rock. So the rock that we had available just wasn't hard enough. But you can see now we're getting stuff like jet. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah, apparently gypsum isn't good enough for doors and stuff, which I guess that makes sense. Gypsum's a pretty soft rock. All right, so let's go back up to F3, and I think we probably got enough jet. I'm going to add some chairs here. Well, I guess the question is, did we even get tables? It's hard to know that without looking through the stockpile, but we'll just add a couple, just for good measure. We can always use more tables, too. Oh, well, the good news is they did make our nest boxes, so we'll be able to get those in place. It's very nice. Oh, my goodness. See this? See this purple here? Let's zoom in a little bit. I don't know why that happened. Oops, zoom out. So this is miasma. I talked about this in a couple of previous episodes. This is a gas that will release from decomposition and things of that nature. I don't know. Something must have been left here to rot. They must have brought some food down here and just left it. So that's not good. It will eventually clear, but if we look, let's look at Dwarf and let's look at their thoughts here. She's disgusted after retching onto miasma. So that's the problem. You don't want these dwarves exposed to this nasty, nasty gas. Luckily, it's not close enough to our stairwell, because if it was, it would go through the stairs. It would travel throughout the fortress there. Looks like it's also clearing, hopefully a little bit. Yeah, it won't remain, obviously, although it does show that it's still there. Yeah, it's just hard to see it, but it's kind of dispersing, I think. But man, oh man. So you just got to kind of watch it. That's also the reason you don't want to put your butcher underground like that. You want to keep this above ground butcher shop, which I'll go ahead and throw one of those down up here. We'll just put it over here for now. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and add a trade depot, so I don't forget that. Again, very important, because if you don't have your trade depot up, then the traders will just go right past your settlement. Okay, where the heck is it? Oh, there it is, trade depot. Yeah, it's a big boy, but as long as they have access to it on, one side, they can get in there. All right, good to go. Very nice, very nice. We're remembering stuff. Okay, let's check this out. It's still got a few things in it, so I can order it to be deconstructed, and then this stuff will just fall on the ground, and they will eventually bring it down. Now, one thing I want to do is get this hatch covered, the stairwell. We need to get that covered, so let's go back to our stone cutter. Oh, he's still working. He's kind of slow. That's all right. We'll just wait for him to finish, and we'll get a hatch cover going too. Looks like beds are going. Excellent. We'll go ahead and fill that list out with more beds. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of those. For the hospital and for the dormitory. Perfect. So I think with this fortress, I'm gonna try and play it a little bit safer. I'm not gonna do any crazy experimentation with like water and stuff like I did last time. But hopefully we can manage to keep this one going for as long as possible. We'll see what happens. If we lose too many important dwarves or something crazy goes on, we'll start over. I'm not against that at all. But okay, we stuck tetrahedrite, which I believe is copper. Copper ore. Ooh, we got plump helmets down here. I don't really like the plump helmets just being scattered up here, but I guess it's okay. The cats are in the room, so they should be fine. Now, this I actually like to see. See this sparse common reed? There's actually grass growing here underground. I like that, and I'll tell you why. Because eventually, I would want to get these herd animals, the pasturing animals, underground here. And the only way to really do that is if they can eat while they're underground. You're not going to be able to feed them. I don't think that's a thing. So they need to have like available roughage and stuff on the ground, and it will grow underground if the conditions are right. So since I'm seeing that there already, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a room kind of off here to the side. We'll just put one door right there. Actually, you know, I hate seeing them off-centered. I add one more. Now I can put it right in the center of that room. And of course, like I said, I don't want to overexert our miners. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put our pen pasture animals in here right away. I'm just going to let this room sit, and hopefully it'll start to grow this stuff. And after a while, if it's full enough with different plants and stuff, we'll bring our pasturing animals down here, and hopefully it'll sustain them. So we'll see how that works, if that's viable. I know in the previous version of the game you could do that, but I don't know about this one. We'll see. We still don't have any doors, bro. What is taking him so long? I've got all tables and chairs set up. That's probably why. There's that hatch cover, and let's get a couple more doors on there. Okay, I don't know what the stone guy's doing. I have a feeling he's probably wandering around doing somebody else's job. Stone cutter. Okay, he's making tables. He's probably just getting rocks, so... Conduct meeting. He's having a meeting. Where's he at having a meeting? Oh, look, the birds are already laying eggs and stuff, it looks like. See that? They're already in their nest boxes. Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool, very cool. I do want to get a door in that room, but looks like the hens are staying in pretty well. They're zoned up. Oh my God, there's more miasma here. What the heck is on this ground? Oops. There's got to be something here, like a dead animal or something. And this is our cook, so they're the kitchen here. So he must just be bringing ingredients down here and not finishing or something. I don't know. It's super annoying. We'll figure that out eventually. Didn't happen to us not a single time in the last fortress, but now it's spreading like crazy. Whoops. So we've got our door in place. Let's see if we can't place the table and chair in here and get our manager working. Quit slacking off there, buddy. I need you. Furniture. Chair, chair, chair. Table, chair. Ooh, a jet table. I like the jet. Looks nice. Okay, let's go for furniture. And give me a chair, please. Hopefully. Nope, don't have a chair yet. Oops. All right, let's just wait. Just gotta wait. So I'm not sure if the cause of the miasma is the fact that we don't have a dumping zone yet, which might be. It might be that there are corpses down there by that kitchen that need to be dumped. And that's something I did have in my previous fort, which we haven't actually set up yet. So I'm going to make this a nice big dumping zone. Let's get the miners up here. Come on, you guys. I hate seeing them not respond to me right away. Oh, look at this. He's making thrones. Making thrones. What the heck? All right, so I got to go into labor there. And now I need to add stone cutting to the custom work deal, or stone working. Yeah, we'll just put all stone working there as custom detail 5, and we will say that only the people that I specify can do that. All right, very good. I think we're set up now. Let's go back to our dwarfs. Yep, here they come. Let's just kind of monitor what they're doing. He'll catch up. He'll figure out in a second or two what's going on. All right, excellent, excellent. Now, let's see here. Did we ever get that rock throne available? Let's give that a try. Furniture, chair. Yay, we did. Oh, good, it's jet too, so that's going to match. We got a jet door, table, and chair. It's not important, but I like it to match. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, so we've got that set. Now we can go ahead and get our manager's office again. Let me check these. You have struck bituminous coal. Oh, that's huge, guys. Yeah, I actually want to see where that's at. So, wow, we have natural coal, which is really, really nice. Normally, once you get your metal going, or you want to get that underway, your metal production, you're going to need to burn wood to create charcoal. But if we have natural coal, we don't need to worry about that process. Now, we still might do it just to keep ourselves with a big stockpile of it, but we can probably scale back the production of that drastically since we got coal. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I'm enjoying this start location. It's not very mountainous. Dwarves maybe don't like the flat plains, but I enjoy the flat plain, and I certainly like the fact that we have some coal here. Oh, that's nice. All right, let me see one last thing before we close out the episode. I'm going to see if we got this hatch here, just because I don't want to forget it. Nope, not yet. Well, guys, we have reached the end of the episode. I really appreciate you guys coming by and spending time with me here at the Dwarf Fortress. I hope we've made some decent progress, and we're all learning something, right? Anyway, guys, if you enjoy the content, hit like and subscribe for me. Check the description for Discord links and Twitter links, and I will see you guys on the next episode.